Hi, today I'm going to talk about Venus, the planet of love. Just like St. Valentine's is approaching now, let's talk about love. What else? And Venus is the planet which shows in our horoscope how we approach love, what is important in relationship for us. In a female's chart, Venus will show how worthy she feels of love, how well she receives and gives affection. A Venus that is not in a good position usually will make a woman feel less worthy, associate with less worthy people, make less worthy and less wise choices. In a male's horoscope, Venus will describe the wife or the women that a male is most often attracted to or somehow ends up being in relationship with, the kind of situation that you can meet your partner as well, the position of Venus can describe. Venus also describes how we make choices. Venus is the planet of choices, and of course the most important choices we make is about relationships. If you have a position, if you have a Venus in a difficult position, we will more often than not make wrong choices in relationships, generally in our life, but now we're going to speak about relationships. And let me first explain to you how you can find the position of your Venus. First, go to my website, astrolada.com, and go to the birth chart calculator. I have a great new professional birth chart calculator, but you need to know the time of your birth. It's very important, to find the position, the house position of Venus. You need to know your time of birth. Enter the time of birth correctly, enter the place you were born as well, and then the website will send you to a chart, a horoscope chart that looks something like that. And there are other things on the chart, but what you are going to look for is to see where the sign of the planet Venus is. So, Venus can be like that. Venus is written with the letters V, the starting two letters of Venus. And Venus can be in the first house, or Venus can be here. Just see where Venus is and what house, what number you have next to Venus in the quadrant, This will show the house position of your Venus. And once you have this house position, independent where Venus is, go and listen to the video for the respective position of Venus. If you have your Venus in the 7th house, watch, you see the number 7 here and you see Venus here, then go and watch Venus in the 7th house, the video for Venus in the 7th house. So what happens if your Venus falls in the 4th house? Well, the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th house are called angular. So basically when a planet falls there, it makes it very strong and very prominent in the life of the person. So someone who has Venus in the 4th house will have those Venusian qualities extremely powerful in their life, which means relationships, pleasures, charmingness will be very important in your life, but because it's the 4th house, which is a hidden house, you will show these more covertly, not so expressively like someone who has Venus in their 1st house. The 1st house is the visible house, so they're overtly sensual, they're very magnetic and flirtatious visibly, while someone with Venus in the 4th, they have this strong desire for relationship, for sensual pleasures and for sensual enjoyments in their life, but they don't show it, so they're not so much in your face. So if you like someone with Venus in the 4th house, if he might not show you directly that he is interested in you, that he likes you too much, but you should watch out for subtle signals. These people don't go into your face. They're more someone who will wait for you to come to them. Because 4th house is a more passive, hidden house of emotions. And if you have Venus in your 4th house, you will go into a relationship because of deep emotional need. Because 4th house is the house of emotional need, of the house of your inner world. So it's very important, relationships for you. And relationship for you, they make you. Basically, you will go into them because they will give you inner stability and sense of inner happiness. People go into relationship for different reasons, but for you, it's because they will bring you sense of peace. It's a very good position for Venus. Relationship will bring you sense of peace. It's important that you stay in relationship, and they balance you up. They bring you psychological stability, so to speak. And you're also very magnetic and fortunate. As I say, you attract your partners. And Um, you can be, as I say, keep saying emotionally more withdrawn, but your emotions are very deep. And because this house is hidden, there is much more going inside in the love life of those people who have Venus in the fourth than they show on the surface. You know, they're much more profound and deep than they show on the surface. Fourth house is also the house of family and traditions as well. More like home, you know, the house of home. So these people that have Venus in the fourth, is important that the partnership they attract create a stable home base, a lovely house, property. It's very important they have the stability, like materially, to own property together with their partner. Actually, a lot of their such relationship can rotate around having a property together, owning land together, and any kind of other luxuries, because fourth house is the house of luxuries, houses, vehicles, you know. And you can be attracted to people who can provide that to you. You know, if you're a woman with Venus in the fourth, you're going to be lucky in that area of your life, very often through the partner. Or if you're a man with Venus in the fourth, you'll be attracted to women for which family values, home values are very important. It's also very traditional house, so more man with Venus in the fourth, he'll be attracted to kind of traditional women with traditional values. Who are calm on the surface, who are sweet women, who are caring, women who have paternal feeling in them. Fourth house is the house of the parents, so they'll be nurturing. Even if you see some guy, a big playboy, if he has Venus in the fourth house, he will eventually marry a woman who is more like his mother, or who is going to be caring and loving parent to their children, who is nurturing, who can cover him in bed. You know, if he falls asleep on the sofa, she'll cover him with a blanket, she'll cook him a nice soup, you know. He needs this. This nurtures their soul. The fourth house is the house of the soul, and Venus there makes you want relationships that are nurturing, loving, caring, paternal, you know. And as I keep saying, relationship can bring you properties and mutual. Especially once you get married, you can own your properties. It's much more easy for you. Vehicles are more luxurious, you know. But this is very, to be honest, very, very fortunate position for Venus. It's very conducive to happy relationships and marriage, unless Venus is in a bad sign like Virgo, or if it's combust, which means that Venus is together with the Sun, which can disrupt it much more. But usually such people are quite sweet, quite family-oriented, quite peaceful within themselves, and relationships and family make them very happy. Anyway, if you want to know more about your relationships, the current relationship you're with or the person you're interested in, if you're compatible together, you can order my compatibility report for just $15 from astrolada.com. And it uses very ancient traditional techniques for showing whether you're compatible. They were used for thousands of years for matchmaking. Actually, if you like someone, you'd go to the wise person in the village and ask him, can I marry this person? And they would look at the stars of the two people and they say, yes, you'll be happy together, or no, it will be much of a headache. You'll bring each other much more pain than happiness. And that's how they were deciding. So you have available this type of report right now. After years of translations of ancient texts, we have those techniques. So if you're curious, go and check your horoscope with your partner and see how well we fare together. Thank you very much.